Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome back to another review from Roy's Reviews. And today we have another juice review for you. Yes, we're looking at two new juices from a UK reviewer who's also a shop owner, who's also got juice lines out as well. Yes, it's Chris Empire Vape Company who's we're talking about, and his EVC line, and it's his new fruit range, should I say. Well, we have got, if the camera wants to focus, we've got EVC Enigma, and we have got EVC Crypto. Okay, so the bottle designs are very similar, just the different colours on them, and a little bit of a tropical scene on the two of them. Just to go around the bottles, he has got the cautions on there, the warnings on there. It's 100ml PGVG. It's a 70-30. Both of them are 70-30 or 30-70, as Chris has it on his bottle. The batch numbers and where they're manufactured and everything else on there. So premium E liquid range. Now I don't know if anybody can see that bottle, how far I'm down it. Down about there somewhere. So I have had these through the top side with the Bonza on top, there were fused claptons on that, and for the purposes of today's review I will be putting them through the Unicorn V3 with the Unicorn dripper on top. So we'll go in the order that Chris released them. He released the Enigma first, and then he released the Crypto. Now, it was a bit hard not to hear what people have been saying about these juices and everything else, what's in them, just due to the fact of who they are, and Chris being a big personality on the internet. Especially in sort of the circles that I go round. And these juices were purchased. They weren't given for the purpose of the review. They were purchased by Michelle. Got them and everything else. And as normal, I get things across. So without any further ado, I will get this put on to the Unicorn and we'll take it for a wee vape. So sit back and enjoy the music. Where do I start with this juice? From the moment I started vaping it, I was going, I recognise this juice. I really do. I recognise the flavour. I actually like the flavour. I really do like the flavour. Is it the pink and blue gummies that's what it's meant to be, the fruit? To me, no, I wasn't getting that. And I was racking my brains and thinking, it reminds me so much of a juice that I like, and it's a juice called Gummy Dude, and it's a grape soda. It reminds me so much of that. The grape, it's a candy grape flavour, but you do get this little hint of other things coming through there. There's a little bit of apple, a bit of pear, but it just reminds me of, I don't even think I've got a bottle of the Gummy Dude sitting about anywhere. But that's, I do have, that's what it reminds me on, is the Gummy Dude grape soda. And I did try it then, run the two of them side by side to see what it was like, and it is. And That is one of my all-time favourite juices, by the way. But this is Enigma we're talking about. So it did cause me a bit of Enigma, because all I'd heard about it, it was so much like the pink and the blue gummy, gummy sweets you get. So that's where the gumminess is coming from. But I am getting more of the grape coming through, and to me it's the grape soda. Now it is a nice juice, to the point of being, is a lovely smooth vape, plenty of vapour as you'd expect for a 70-30 juice. But the Enigma, that was spoiled for me just because I do like, I'm a gummy dude, I'm a grape soda person, and I really do like that juice, the grape soda. So I do like this juice, and it is a very easy vape for me, but it's not what it's meant to have been. That's the slight downside on it. Is it an all-day vape? Yeah, it is, because it reminds me so much of Gummy Dude grape soda, which is quite hard to get these days. So that leaves me in a quandary then, what to score it, because to me it's very similar to a juice that I like, but it's not what it's meant to be. So, being harsh, I would have to knock 1.5 marks off, because to me it's not what it is, and I don't want to score it just low, that I actually do like. So, I'm going to have to give it an 8 out of 10. That's actually still quite a very respectable score. But to me, you know, I find it hard to see past when it reminds me so much of another juice. I find it very hard to see past that. So my brain cell is going to be rather confused, because I'm thinking I'm vaping something that I'm not, and therefore I'm finding it very hard to pick out the other flavours on there. I will link EVC's page down below for you folks if you want to go across and purchase some. That's entirely down to yourselves. You know, there's some other reviews out there which will blow your socks off with it and everything else, but for me it's because it reminds me so much of the Gummy Dude. That's why it's getting an 8. Okay, so we'll move swiftly on to the Crypto, which I'm trying to see what it says on there. It's premium e-liquids. Sorry, apologies. I got distracted. Okay, as you can see, this bottle is very much like the Enigma. Just the colours have changed on it. Still get your tropical scene on there. So, little jump cut while I go and re-wick up, and we'll be back with the unicorn. Okay, let's get this juiced up and go for a vape. And again, the music is from KTG and the Cosmos. Okay, again, oh, excuse me, again, it was hard for me not to know what this juice was due to the chat shows and internet shows I go on to and everything else. So I have heard what the juice is meant to be, but what I'm going to tell you was what I found about this, about Crypto. To me, it tastes like diluting orange. So like an orange, just a normal orange, diluting orange, that you've maybe made a little bit too strong. So you're getting, it's that sweet orange, but not like a fresh ripe orange, but diluting orange. That's what I'm getting on there. Again, it's a nice smooth vape. I actually do like orange, I do like diluting orange, so I actually I do quite like the juice. But you know, going by from what I've heard, it's meant to be a fresh orange juice. But I'm sorry, I'm not getting fresh orange juice from it. I'm getting the diluting orange. As I said, I have to stop saying, repeat myself in the words I say. You get plenty of vapor from it. Not harsh in the throat. Is it an all-day vape? Yeah. Actually, I can and I have vaped it all day. In the first thing in the morning, maybe not so much the first thing. I'd maybe grab something else, vape first of all, but then I would vape it and vape it the rest of the day. It is a pleasant juice, but it doesn't blow my socks off. Sorry to say, it does not blow my socks off. But with it being an all-day vape and everything else, it would be a 7.5, 8. I will go 8. So it's 2 juices and 8 out of 10. So they are quite high-scoring juices, but you know, it's not what I'd hoped. I was actually hoping for something special because I know these juices have been in production for quite a long time, and Chris has had lots of samples out and sent them back and everything else, and he's worked hard on it, but it just don't blow my socks off. Sorry, they just don't. So that's my 2 juices, that's my reviews on the 2 juices from EVC, the Enigma and the Crypto. Again folks, if you've liked the review, give me a thumbs up, drop me a comment down below. If you haven't liked it as much, then you give me a thumbs down. Well, still give me a comment, because it's nice to know where I'm going wrong and how to improve things. So it just remains for me to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you've been watching this review. Take care now. Bye.